Pizza in the morning? Well, why not? Filipinos are huge pizza lovers any time of the day, and Manila is home to some of the best pizza spots. Now, 3 of our local pizzerias have recently been included in the list of 50 top pizzas in Asia Pacific for this year. Crosta Pizzeria gets the 32nd spot, Wildflower Italian lands at 38th rather, and Mano snatched the 48th place. And this morning, we speak to 2 pizza makers from those restaurants. We have here Ingga, Cabangon, Chua, owner and pizza maker at Crosta Pizzeria, and Buhay, executive chef at Wildflower Italian. Good morning to you both, and congratulations. It must be something special to be recognized. How's it feel? Tell me about it, Ingga.
Good morning, Paolo, and thank you so much for having us here.
Pleasure.
I would say it feels a bit surreal.
Yeah.
We came from a very humble origins in a container van in Poblacion, and now to be globally recognized by an international body and to be able to represent the Philippines,
right.
it's exhilarating.
It's not best in town, it's not best in the Philippines, best in Asia Pacific. Wow. How does that feel?
It's pretty cool because I think it's the first time the awards, I think it was their first year.
That's right.
This
in
year,
Asia Pacific,
in
yeah.
Asia Pacific,
yeah, that's right, yeah.
And then they're doing the world next month, I
Okay.
think. So it's pretty cool.
Okay, Crosta Pizzeria, we were talking about this just as we came in. You know, you guys have your imaging. It's unconventional. You said you started in a container van. You've got the bright neon. Not to mention, I mean, when you look at your feed, you've got round pizza, square pizza, star-shaped pizza.
Yeah.
What would you say is the spirit of Crosta? What is the flavor?
Okay, so I think like what you mentioned, what makes our pizza unique is the innovation that we've kind of brought to our menu. Like we have a very hyper-focused menu.
Yeah.
We just do pizza, that's
Yeah.
it. But because we just do pizza, we were able to come up with just like more unique renditions. Like we have a spinach and artichoke stuffed crust. We've got a pizza that has a cheese crust instead. So we think that our spirit is really the innovation that we bring to the menu.
Is it hard though to sort of like, oh, that looks very trad. That looks very. Is it a round pizza? Let's make it a star shape. Do you feel a certain amount of pressure to come up with something different every time, all the time?
You know, there's more pressure now after the list, that's for
Right.
sure. But in general, our motto has just always been, there's so many varieties of pizzas out there, and there's always something for everybody. And I say, why not explore it all?
Right.
Because pizza is amazing, you know?
And any pizza is good pizza, if you ask me.
Honestly,
Right?
Pizza you love is great pizza.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, let's talk about your pizza, Chef Alan. Tell me about what your style is, or the style of Wildflower Italian is.
Well, Wildflower Italian, basically, we opened because, first of all, the proximity of it to the other wildflowers. That's why we had to think about another concept when we were first coming up with it. And then we're just like, oh, let's buy a wood fire oven and
Right.
whatever. And then I think when we first started, it was just like, people, you were asking if it was more traditional. I still don't think so. I think it's still our version of what we like in pizza, because a lot of the ones that place very high on the list, they're very, very Neapolitan, and a lot of them are very Italian.
Okay.
So like it's still our kind of version of pizza that
Let's
we
talk
like.
about that, because when I finally traveled and did a little bit of traveling in Italy, and I said, okay, I want a pizza, it was very different from what I was used to. Not in a bad way, in a good way, just in a different way. What Filipinos or what we think of as good pizza is not always the same all over the world. So what makes a good pizza? I want to hear answers from both of you guys.
Personally, I am a crust lover, and actually Crosta is Italian for crust.
Yeah.
So one of the things I personally look for is I love pizza that has like a nice airy light crunch to the crust, and then just a really good balance of toppings.
Right.
But I think at the end of the day, it's whatever pizza that you love.
You guys go with a sourdough
Yes,
crust. What
that's
makes
right.
that unique, or what makes that?
Well, I think it's a little bit more fickle than most pizzas. A starter, just in general, is like an organism on its own. And how much time do we have? I'm going to go into a rabbit hole here.
Yeah, okay.
But basically, what it does, it gives really great texture.
Yeah.
Gives great taste as well. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure that that starter dough is something precious. You know, you keep that moving from one generation to the next, so it's something quite special. What about you, chef? Your thoughts on ideal pizza or good pizza?
Our pizza revolves around Wildflower. Always been a bakery. Our founders,
Yeah.
Anna and Chef Marge, obviously they are bakers. So I was always taught that like. Good pizza made on good bread is always going to be
That's
great
right.
pizza,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
And we
Pizza
know
is bread.
Wildflower,
Yeah.
and
Pizza
Wildflower makes
pizza
great
is bread,
bread.
really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I brought
Yeah.
some for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, you said
Pizza's
one
leader.
word.
So it really kind of revolved around like having these amazing pastry chefs in the team,
Right.
And like we've developed it through the years. Even it's the version we have now is a little bit different from the very beginning, but. It's just good bread, like it's pizza on good bread, so
That's
that
right,
makes
yeah.
good pizza. I
Toppings
think.
of good bread doesn't have to be more complicated than
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
What about the way it's cooked? You mentioned a wood fire oven. That obviously adds sort of a nice smokiness to it.
Yeah, it does. It's
Making
very
myself
difficult
hungry
for
talking
us.
like this.
It's very difficult because we're in a high rise. We're in the ground floor of a high rise, so it's very difficult to maintain a wood fire oven there. But I mean, I guess it's kind of worth it. It makes us. I mean, I guess from the three that are in the list, it maybe what makes us a little bit different because we have the wood.
Right.
Maybe, but that's it.
It's all good. Ingga, you're co-owner, but you get your hands dirty.
Yes.
You like to make
I
pizza.
love it,
You
yes.
love to make pizza. Where did that all begin for you?
So I'm not formally trained, but I can say that I am formally obsessed
Okay.
with pizza. And I've been working on our dough for almost 10 years now. It's
Yeah.
been trial and error, and I think Chef Alan would agree. It's just working with your hands sometimes. It's just there's something satisfying about it, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to what I was talking about when we say pizza that we like. What does the Pinoy palate look for? Is there such a thing as Pinoy style pizza? The fact that
question.
we were chosen as
Yeah.
top pizza, Asia Pacific obviously means that the kind of pizza you guys are slinging appeals to a very broad market.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there such a thing as Pinoy style pizza or something that's attuned to our palate? Do we like toppings? Do we like crust? I know you said you like crust. I love crust, but
I don't know. I mean, I guess like Wildflower has always been we're very classic in terms of the food that we bring in. So like Italian was kind of the same way. So actually Yuchi, I think you guys talked to Yuchi the other day. He was asking like, Alan, do you only make like classic pizzas? And I guess that's what we were going for with Wildflower Italian.
Right.
So while some people will argue that pepperoni is not classic, okay, but but it's on our menu. But like we tried to keep it as the flavors as classic as possible. So it's just pepperoni, mushroom, and
I think it also comes from, say, our influence in terms of, say, the American culture versus the European culture, right? And I think when you look at the American culture, all the chains that came to the Philippines were all very topping-centric. It was
Right.
always that. And so there was never really that much focus on, say, the dough and the bread, right? Unlike when you go to Europe, it's more that. It's more about the base and the
Right,
bread and things
right.
like that. So maybe that's how we started off, because you have to look at all the chains that were in the Philippines way back in the day. Pizza Hut, Domino's, all those kind of, right? That's what I grew up on. But you're seeing a change now because people travel more, people get to try more things, and so they get to appreciate not just the toppings, but also, the crust.
Okay, there are burning pizza questions that need to be answered here. Thick crust or thin crust? What are your thoughts?
I'm in the middle, like somewhere in the middle, because
Middle
that's where
crust?
we make.
Little
we
crust.
have
So safe, Alan.
no, we
It's
have
Goldilocks
we have the
crust.
thick crust, and like the middle part is thin, so I can't.
Not too thin, not too thick, very
Yeah,
safe.
yes.
Okay, your thoughts on that, Ingga?
Depends on my mood. I like it
Okay.
all, yeah.
There's thin days, there's
There's
thick
thin
days.
days, there's thick days, there's stuffed crust days, there's like no crust days, it's all cheese. It's like it depends on my mood. I love it all.
Okay, and
Yeah.
this is the million-dollar question. Let's settle this one for all. Pizza with pineapple. But does pineapple belong on pizza? Let's settle this once and for all. Your thoughts?
Oh God.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, sure. It's fine.
I know.
We have one in our takeout menu, so.
Okay, anything
Same.
goes?
Okay with it.
Yeah, I think try it. For those who say no, give it a go first, Try Alan's, try Crosta's pizza with pineapple and
Try
see what they
thin
say.
crust, try it thin.
Yeah.
Thick crust, try it with pineapple, no pineapple, just pizza
Exactly.
all day, every day.
Yeah. Precisely.
Okay, thank you so much for being here. You guys have solved the pizza mysteries of the world for me. Ingga,
You're welcome.
Alan, it's a real pleasure. And once again, congratulations
Thank
on this
you so
much.
recognition.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Paolo. Thank you.